Go ahead and bring in Nicole Parker. She's former FBI special agent. Nicole knows well the pain of losing a colleague in the line of duty. Wondering what your thoughts are this afternoon.
Well, first of all, I can tell you that my heart is pounding on my chest because it does take me back to that day. Every law enforcement officer's worst nightmare is to receive notification that your brother or sister has been killed in the line of duty. I experienced that firsthand working in the FBI Miami division. We had 2 FBI agents that were shot and killed in the line of duty February 2nd of 2021 when they're executing a search warrant against a child predator. It's real. Sorry.
No, Nicole, take all the time you want. We appreciate you know, having the courage to talk to us this afternoon.
Well,
if you take all the time you need.
What I feel strongly, and I hope people understand, is that these officers, we hear about the politics behind it. These are human beings. They have families. This beautiful wife is now alone with her 1-year-old son. Officer Diller's 1-year-old son will never know his father on this earth, and that is absolutely devastating. And we say, let's not involve politics. There's no way to speak about this without involving politics. The person that took his life had been arrested 21 times. What is it going to take? I myself had been to 4 line-of-duty death funerals in less than a year in the Southern District of Florida, in the Florida area. It is real. When you feel that you're a police officer and that the criminals have more rights than you do, that's a problem. And that is how we feel. I worked violent crime for the FBI, and I worked with local law enforcement, and your last guest talked about how there's no more proactive policing. Do you know why that is? Because if you're a police officer and you're being proactive, you could potentially go to jail. If you're in a shooting, and we call them clean shoots, when deadly force is justified, for instance, and you're in a situation and you have to protect yourself or those around you, starting around the summer 2020, we knew that we could potentially go to jail, even if it was a clean shoot. And that is not a good way to have to live. We felt that we had no rights, and that I can tell you, just my personal experience, my opinion, I worked under multiple administrations. My friend was killed 2 days after this current administration took over. President Biden did not attend Special Agent Laura Schwarzenberger's or Special Agent Daniel Alphen's funerals. He was not there. And we did not feel that he supported our law enforcement officers. I don't know why, but to see that he is currently at a fundraiser and is going to potentially raise $25 million is insulting. Officer Diller's life is worth more than $25 million, but I can also tell you that there are officers, and I understand and agree, when you don't feel supported, it's actually better that you don't show up to the funeral, because it is insulting. And it's insulting. We know who backs the blue. We can turn it into saying Republicans don't, you know, they're the ones that don't support law enforcement. I'm not here to make a, Republican versus Democrat. This is not what this is about. But we know who supports law enforcement, and it is insulting to say anything other than that. These are human lives. There's nothing worse than getting word that your colleague was killed by the hand of evil, and this must stop.
Especially, I'm sure, Nicole, if you feel like the situation is preventable. That's got to be the most painful part, knowing that this man that we see on screen now with his little boy could be here raising that little boy, standing alongside his wife. The guy who was out, that's the suspect who allegedly is, the guy who's now charged with his murder. You mentioned this, 21 arrests, 9 of them for felonies. He recently got out of jail. He was released on parole. That was, I think, on drug charges. Prior to that, he had assault charges. This is a bad dude. The person with him had at least 14 arrests. It's been a decade in jail for attempted murder. I mean, these are guys out on the streets. Now, what leadership in New York will tell us is it's a recidivism issue. It's not like there are tons of criminals out there. It's the same group of guys or women, bad guys, doing the same things over and over again. If that is the case, why not at least come up with some kind of framework or structure or legislation that would go after the recidivism problem so that people like this are not so easily back on the streets?
Correct, and that's a great question. It's a rhetorical question, but frankly, I want to know the answer because these are repeat offenders, and they're wreaking havoc on our country. They are wreaking havoc on our law enforcement, and we need strong prosecutors. We need strong DAs. We need strong law enforcement. We need strong judges. When you're issuing a sentence, it needs to be fair. I believe in fairness, but I also believe in justice. And there needs to be law and order in this country. I love New York. I love NYPD. I was there the morning of September 11th. These are heroes. Officer Dealer is a hero. Officers that serve for our country nationwide, they are not making huge sums of money. They're going out there and putting their lives on the line for complete and total strangers. But what I can tell you is the most powerful thing I think I've ever seen in my life, as tragic as it is the uniting of brothers and sisters in law enforcement at a funeral. It is powerful. There is pomp and circumstance, and there are everyone is shedding tears. It is powerful, and that is what I support. I back the blue. I will continue to say it over and over. Our military and our law enforcement are the heroes in this country, and they deserve our deepest respect.
Amen. Nicole, no one could have said that better. We thank you, and in some small way, we grieve along with you and with this family, as we know you do from the deepest place in your heart. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.